Okay, we're here. Hi, everybody. Sorry for the delay in getting to you. Had to do a couple of housekeeping things here. We're good to go. Thank you all for joining me today. It's November 2nd. Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce, where we try to talk about the markets in plain English and where a lot of folks on this channel are option writers, becoming option writers and making nothing but money in a bear market. And oh, there is money on the table to be had here. Oh my God, it's just beautiful. I want to congratulate so many of you who are doing a fantastic job of patiently and conservatively, systematically writing contracts, grabbing the cash from those contracts, leaving them in your account, waiting for the markets to back off, and looking for Bargain City. That's number one. Way to go, you guys. If you're following that strategy, I commend you, because it's not easy to not spend that money. You want to be sitting on cash. Those of you who have been doing rollovers now for the last week or two, way to go on that. What an opportunity rollovers are. A lot of people think rollovers are something scary and that you're losing, you're not winning. You're actually winning. You're actually compounding wins on top of wins. When you do a rollover, you're buying back a contract to write a new contract to replace it. And the contract you're buying back might be priced at exactly the same price that you sold it for a few weeks earlier. It might be a contract you're buying back at a lower price than what you had sold it at, or even a higher price than what you had sold it at. The bottom line is the replacement contract, the next one you sell, will be either at the same price or a higher price than the contract you just reacquired. But more importantly, it is most likely that what you are really doing is two things. You're writing a new contract for a higher level, more money into your account than you just spent to buy back the old one, and you raised the strike price. You're writing a contract that has a higher strike price to it than the one you just bought back. So for GameStop, you might buy back a $26 contract, a $27 contract, and you are writing a $28 or a $29 contract. Or for Apple, you're buying back a 140 contract, a 145 contract, and you're writing a 150 contract. You are upping the price on the strike price, and you're what I call pulling the string for the for the strike price, and at the same time bringing in as much or more cash into your account than you had before. This pads the odds in your favor. This is how you take people's money into a slot machine, and then they want to play that slot machine over there, and you say, oh yeah, you can play my new slot machine, which is this strike price with this expiry date. Here's the price of admission. But the odds of them winning back the money they put in the first machine and now making more on the second machine drops every time. And so the longer they gamble in Las Vegas, the more the odds feature and favor the casino. And the longer they gamble on your option contracts, the more likely is they're going to lose. And this is where time is your secret weapon to success. And you're basically saying to the market, you guys want to gamble on my stock, on whatever stocks I have? You think they're going to go, generally speaking, you think they're going up because option buyers buy call options because they think a stock is going up in price. Very shortly, they think it's going up in price. They're not talking about 2 years from now. They're talking 2 weeks from now. Like really soon, these shares are going to go up in value. And that's why I'm prepared to gamble a 100% loss on every gamble I make on an option buy. And you're the kind of person that says, okay, sure, no problem. You can gamble on my stock. Give me X amount of money up front, and I'll let you buy my shares from me at a set price for a set period of time. It's your choice whether you want to do that or not. It's an option that I'm giving you. I'm giving you the option. You want to buy my stock? The option is yours. That's why it's an option contract. It's not like you have to buy my shares from me. You could if you want to. I, on the other hand, who have sold you this option contract, will say, you know what, I'll take your money now, and thank you very much. And I, who have sold this contract, I can buy back another contract from anybody else, not you. I can buy a call contract back for the same strike price, the same expiry date, whenever I want between right now and until this contract dies, which is, has a limited time frame, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks from now. Anytime in between, I can buy it back. And you folks do. You sit back and go, yeah, look at that. I sold this call for 450. It's now trading at $2. I can buy this one back, and I can write a new contract that has 4 more weeks of life on it, and I can bring a 450 in on that one, or $5 in on that one. I'm going to bring in $250 to $500 per contract, extra cash into my account right now by re-offering my stock to another option sucker out there. I'm going to do this all the time. Every couple of weeks, I'm going to do this. I got 10 contracts going here. I'm making $250 per contract, more money. I'm bringing in more money, $250 every time. That's $2,500 every 2 weeks. Keep it coming. Just keep handing me this money. I'm going to go to 12 contracts. I'm going to then go to 15. I'm going to build my account to be able to write more and more contracts to bring in more and more of this cash, because these option players are nuts. They're gambling everything on a stock that might or might not move in the next 4 or 5 days. Talk about what might move or might not move very shortly. The markets themselves. Today could be one of the greatest up days of all time for the stock market. Today could be an option buyer's dream come true. We might have the Dow Jones rise 1,000 points this afternoon or more. We might have the NASDAQ go up 4 percentage points, the S&P, the Dow. A 3% gain on the Dow is 1,000 points, ballpark. That could happen today. That could happen the moment that Mr. Powell starts speaking at the press conference. As a matter of fact, it could happen before Mr. Powell starts speaking this afternoon, the head of the Federal Reserve. Because if the Federal Reserve raises rates by 0.5 percentage point instead of 0.75 percentage point, the market could be up 1,000 points before he even takes the microphone. And if he then comes out and confirms the fact that, well, we feel that 0.5 point is enough of a deterrent for inflation, and going forward, maybe 1/4 to 0.5% is the new normal on interest rate increases, the market may interpret that as a pivot in the federal funds thinking, and there'll be pent up trillions of dollars looking for a place to go to gamble on it, and they'll come into the equity market big time. Interest rates could drop dramatically on 10-year notes. We might have the bond market rejoicing. The corporate bond market will go, wow, this is great. Corporations will get the impression that we can go to the markets and borrow again. And lenders feel like, oh, we can lend again. All is well. That could happen today. What are the odds of that happening? Not very high, but it could happen today. And there are a lot of people out there who are so inexperienced that are calling for this to happen. They're begging for this. They're telling their congressmen and senators this is what should happen today. And then there are some congressmen and senators that are under 50 who are dumb enough to believe this and are pushing the narrative. Those of us who are old and creaky and have lines on our faces and no hair on our heads, and whatever hair we have is white, we don't quite share that view. We kind of know, we don't kind of know, we do know that inflation takes a long time to get rid of, to get it out of the system, to get it out of the market. We know that there's a Betty Ford clinic in Rancho Mirage that is designed to help people get over addictions of certain things, alcohol and pills and what have you, other drugs. We also know that when a celebrity goes into a Betty Ford center, they don't get fixed in 2 weeks. Those celebrities who claim, oh yeah, I was in Betty Ford for 2 weeks and they dried me out and I'm all good now. We know that that's bunk, because they come back. or they don't come back to Betty Ford. They go to another clinic that's private and that they don't talk about, and they stay there for 3 months and 4 months, and they do multiple visits. Every 6 months or so, they do another visit, and they don't talk about the second and third visit. They only talk about the first one because it was a shock to all the fans that so and so is addicted to whatever. Inflation is like that. Inflation is a drug. Inflation is a way to mask problems. Corporations use inflation to hide problems. They have price increases because inflation is higher, so we all expect to have to pay more. And companies charge more for their products, even though it costs them more to make the product. The product is substandard to the outside world. They're grabbing a profit gain right now. But masking the reality that their business is rotting from inside the factory. The equipment that makes the product they make is inefficient and is 2 generations old. They haven't spent money to modernize their factory. They're using too many workers in a factory. They shouldn't be using 1,500 employees. They should be using 800 employees. But they're masking it by just selling what they've got and just turning out as many of these items as they can at the best price they can get for it, and stave off elimination. But elimination will come. Competition that they're up against everywhere around the world is far more efficient and can actually afford to pay shipping costs, import duties, handling fees, distribution costs to get the same items to shelves around the world, including the turf of this one company, and undercut them in sales because their margins are so good and their cost per item is so low that inflation works for these guys better than for the guy here who's not reinvesting in his business. And that's when the guy not reinvesting in his business disappears into the ether and is never heard of from again. And that's the 80s. That's the 70s and the 80s that I lived through as an adult, because I became 21 in 1976. That's when I became 21. And that's supposedly when you become an adult and all that stuff. And in 86, I was 31. And at age 31, we were still dealing with inflation. And we were dealing with interest rates that were out of this world that no one under 50 has ever had to deal with on an ongoing basis for everything. There are 25-year-olds right now and 35-year-olds and 40-year-olds that are dealing with 22.9% interest rates on their credit cards. Yes, always have been. But that is not what 99.99% of the population lives off of. A small percentage of the population does live off of those kinds of interest rates because they burned up everything else. But that's only a matter of time before they can't do that anymore. Those folks turn over and disappear into the ether as well because they go broke. Corporate America and corporate Canada and corporate everybody else, and those of us who live in these G20 countries, we are going to be facing some serious crap going forward. No one wants to talk about it. No politician is going to talk to you and say, you're going to have a tough 5 years coming up, because they're going to get defeated. They're not going to, what are they, stupid? They're not going to tell you the truth about how bad it's going to be. You see it yourselves already if you're paying any kind of attention. If you're paying attention to the housing market, because you have to, your mom and dad are thinking of moving to somewhere in the South, or you yourself would love to be working at the office located in whatever town, whatever city, whatever state, and you need to sell your house to be able to then go there, and you realize, I can't sell my house for what I thought it was worth. I thought my house was worth $750,000. That's what it was getting last year, and this year I see my house, the kind of house that I live in, being offered for $750,000, $725,000, $700,000, $675,000 with price cuts. I see open houses where no one's going into the open house. It's crickets in the real estate business. How the hell am I going to get out if houses like mine or better than mine are selling for lower than what I need to get out of this house. This is going to be the new normal going forward for years, not weeks, not 8-second attention spans, years, because we are in an inflationary environment and a high interest rate environment where the mortgages are likely to hit 10% or higher, and it is going to cause unbearable pain for certain sectors of the economy. Contractors are going to be laying off all kinds of guys and girls. They don't need to build new homes. They're not selling. A contractor is not going to build a house for $650,000 if they can only get $550,000 for it. The contractor isn't getting a loan from their bank to go and buy the parts to build that house, to go buy the lumber and buy the piping and all that. It's not going to happen. So there are layoffs coming. Real estate offices are going to have layoffs. Mortgage firms are going to have layoffs. Banks are going to do layoffs. This spreads out. A lot of white collar jobs disappear when you have higher interest rates. It starts from within and builds out. The apple is shiny on the outside, but it is rotten on the inside. And this is happening at the industrial level, where companies are not spending on industrial upgrades. They're spending money on stock buybacks. They're spending money on engineering earnings higher by reducing the number of shares outstanding. And that way the earnings per share are higher because there are fewer shares to divide the earnings into. The problem is when the earnings don't keep coming in, you can buy back all the stock you want and you still can't get the earnings per share higher because the earnings of the corporation are falling faster than you can buy the stock back. And since you didn't invest in your employees, you didn't invest in new business ventures, you didn't explore mergers and partnerships with other corporations, you were just trying to grow from within, you started rotting as well. Your corporation is rotting out. And this is where people don't want to buy your stock because they're realizing that, yeah, you're trading at 22 times earnings and looks like you're going to be trading at 25 times earnings and 30 times earnings next year because your earnings are dropping. And the inflationary pressure on everybody out there is causing folks to buy less of your stuff because you're not efficient. You can't keep your price down. The winners are those who can produce product at about the same price as last year through efficiency improvements, and they can raise their prices by half the inflation rate. So if inflation is 10%, then you raise your prices by 5%, and the world gets it because all your competition is raising their prices by 10. You're only raising your prices by 5. You have a 5% cost advantage over the rest of the world that you're competing against. And you can increase your dividends to shareholders rather than do buybacks, or you can announce a rejiggering of your factory. You can announce a new plant. You can announce expansion, hiring. You're a winner. Your competitors are doing layoffs. They're losers. There's the difference. This inflation game we're dealing with here is cutthroat and doesn't give a crap what you think and what you believe in. Are you religious? I don't care. You like guns? I don't care. You hate healthcare? I don't care. You're Democrat, Republican, commie, socialist? I don't care. Inflation is inflation. It will tear you to pieces economically. That's the deal. That's how it works. It doesn't care. And I don't care who the president is. It doesn't matter who runs the Congress. It means nothing. Through the 70s and the 80s, Canada, the United States, went from Republican to conservative to liberal to they changed presidents, they changed politicians. We need a change, we need a change, we need a change. Are you better off? No, I'm not better off. Vote them out. Let's bring somebody else in. Nothing worked for the American people, the Canadian people, the Brits, the Europeans. Nothing worked with changing of government. Nothing. The inflation kept going, interest rates kept running, and people lost their houses, they lost their jobs, they lost their assets, and there was nothing but carnage going on. And that was irrelevant of what you thought, who you liked, who you hated, or what you believed in. It didn't matter. The end of the day was, can you make this product for this price and sell it for that price? And can you live on the differential, the profit? That's all it is. Nothing personal. It's just business. Just like The Godfather. It's not personal. It's business. And today, it's all about business. And we're going to get an interest rate increase today. And if we get 0.75%, and Powell goes in front of the microphone and says, this is the last time we're going to do this. We think from now on, we can just do quarter-point raises. We should be all right. The market will go up 1,000 points. We'll just take off. It might go up 2,000 points. I mean, take off. What do you think the odds of that are? Why would he say something like that? Is he going to put himself in a corner? He hasn't done it yet. He hasn't done it yet. He has been forefront, in front of the microphone, and every single time he's had to answer the question in front of Congress, the Senate, Jackson Hole, the last Fed meeting, every time, what does he say? There's going to be pain. There's going to be pain, unfortunately, because if we don't knock inflation off, it's going to be worse. We have got to get rid of it. He gets it. He absolutely gets it. You might not like it. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of this, but he's right. The bitter medicine has to be swallowed. And certain countries are defying logic to deal with it. China is defying logic. They're keeping their interest rates down. They're paying a terrible price in China. They have other issues. We all know COVID, everything. Yeah, they got all kinds of problems. Oh, they're commies too. They're also commies. Japan has decided that we're not going to do interest rate increases to defend our currency. We're going to let our currency just do what it does. We're going to kind of let the chips fall where they may. And the yen right now is at 147 to the US dollar. And it used to be 120 to the US dollar and 110 to the US dollar. And now the Japanese yen has crashed against the American dollar. And it could go to 160 without any trouble whatsoever, unless the Japanese raise interest rates to their own population. They're trying to just keep their head in the sand and not pay attention. The South Korean government, huge economic powerhouse in the world, they're trying to save their corporate bond market. They are buying up their own bonds because there's no liquidity for their bonds in the open market. Because people who with money are very similar with money, no matter what they believe in. Very religious people know how to spend money. Very unreligious people know how to spend money. Communists, capitalists, socialists, Democrats, Republicans, they all know how to make money and save money. One thing you don't do is you don't buy bonds from companies where no one else wants the bonds, number one, and you don't buy bonds that pay 5% interest when you know you can get 10% interest. Why would you pay 5%? You don't invest. You sit on cash. You don't participate. And so the government of the South Korea government has had to buy up bonds of their own domestic corporations to keep their own bond market from crapping out. The United Kingdom has already stepped in to save the pound. They've already done that. They've had 3 prime ministers in 4 months. Johnson, Truss, and now this new guy. I can't even tell you the names of these prime ministers. I only know Johnson. I can't tell you the names of the prime ministers of the United Kingdom because, one, I don't care, but 2, I don't want to have to care. These folks are in big trouble, and they can trace it all the way back to Brexit. You go right back to when you decided to leave the EU. The fallout continues. It's not over. It will get worse, unfortunately. Look, the last 20 years been great. Up until last year, everything was fantastic. The stock market hit its all-time record high a year ago, right around a year ago, November of last year. The markets were at their all-time highs. And we had a wonderful year, and we had a 40% to 43% average increase in profits for corporate America on the S&P 500. Apple was coming out with quarterly results. Every quarter in 2021 was stunning. The market could not believe the amount of money that Apple was making. The largest public company in the world was setting earnings records that had never been seen by modern man ever before on such a consistent basis, quarter after quarter after quarter of stellar results. Stellar. This year, the average return of profitability is 7 to 8%. and it's still falling. And next year, they're hoping it's 3. And I don't think that's anywhere near possible. We could be -10 next year. There is no way in hell we're going to have a good year next year. Why did the market do so well last year and the year before that and the year before that? Why did corporations do so well? Why was it that these kinds of profits were generated? It all started with COVID. You can thank COVID for a lot of things out there. Many of you can thank COVID for the life you have today that is completely different than the life you had 4 years ago. And we'll never go back to that again. You're never going back to that life again because the world that existed in 2018-19 doesn't exist anymore. That world is changed forever. And unfortunately, what really made it work was that from about 2009 all the way to 2018, for all those years, every major country in the world, the G20s, the top 20 economies that probably have 85% of the wealth of this planet, the top 20 countries and their central bankers were very accommodating for credit. The G20 countries wanted to encourage private business to do business. And we became a globalized economy in a very big way. It became very important that factories were built in Mexico to make car parts, to assemble transmissions and dashboards and so on there, and then ship them across the US border into Ohio, into Pennsylvania, into Illinois, into Michigan, to the assembly plants to make whatever they had to go into, trucks, vans, cars, pickups, SUVs, you name it. And this became very important. The Mexicans were relying on the Chinese to produce the alternators and produce wiring and get those parts over to Mexico, assemble parts to get to the United States, and to produce products for Americans. The Americans were becoming quite comfortable buying a GMC product, not knowing that 60% of what's in that vehicle is not made in the United States. It is made elsewhere. It is made in upwards of 12 different countries. And final assembly is in Detroit or Illinois or Indiana or whatever, and it's all fine. That's all good. That's okay. That's American made. That's fantastic. No idea. Americans have no idea. Canadians, same thing. We're in a global society. While all this was going on, the world's bankers were keeping greasing the wheels to keep everything running. Money was easy to borrow, and money was easy to get your hands on, to turn that into productivity and get product made and make money. Unfortunately, when you have central bankers printing money to keep an economy going and growing, rather than its own inertia, that is called socialism. It's a word Americans hate. It drives them crazy. Germans are accused of socialism all the time. They have the nicest socialistic highway system in the world. They have the nicest railway system built with socialism. They have a socialistic medical system where people are covered automatically no matter what you make and how much you earn. The university students get to go for virtually nothing because of socialism. It's just terrible. Oh, it's just the worst, because Germans are just, they just walk around and look for handouts all the time. They're not hardworking people. They don't study. Nothing like that. I mean, they don't have like leading industries of the world. They don't know how to import, export goods. They're socialists. Yeah, right. Take a look at the leading economy on the planet. My God, that country has been running a surplus for a decade, a federal government surplus. They laugh at us all the time. They giggle and snicker and shake their heads and go, you guys are nuts. Unbelievable. For 10 years, the G20 has been subsidizing businesses around the planet. It's not America's fault. It's not Canada's fault. We're part of the system. We're just part of the big game that's been going on. And the game was print money, buy up bonds from government bonds and from corporations, keep interest rates low, keep the money going out and buy up bonds to keep interest rates from going higher. It worked perfectly for a decade or more. Absolutely perfect. Right after the collapse of 2008 and 9. Fantastic. Then COVID showed up, and now it went on steroids. Now what did you have happen? You had people being given money not to go to work. You had people who were told, here's money, survive COVID. In Canada, it was $2,000 a month per adult. Husband and wife with 2 kids, mom and dad each got $2,000. And I think for the kids, it was $1,250 each or something like that. Families of 4 were being given $4,000 or $5,000 a month not to work. All bills were paid. All car payments were made. Insurance, gas bills, electric bills, grocery bills, all covered. Canada didn't go into a depression because of COVID. Germany didn't go. The United States didn't go. Japan didn't go. Western G20 countries financed their way through COVID. They found a way to do it. Yeah, the critics said, oh, the deficits are way higher. Yes, they did go up. Yeah. But who's going to bankrupt the United States of America? Who's going to call every loan that every country has made? Nobody. Because every pension fund owns all this stuff. All hedge funds, mutual funds, everybody owns all this debt. Governments of the world became mega socialistic and handed out money, what they called money for nothing. And what did people do? They paid their bills. They put it in the bank. They paid down their credit card debt. Credit card debt in America and Canada dropped to record lows. Never seen before numbers. Never seen before numbers before. People paid their debts on time. The greatest single socialistic handout in mankind's history, more than the Second World War. Incredible. And now it's ending. It's ending. And what do we got going now? We have inflation going because the demand is so high for goods and services because we are so rich with cash. We can't buy what we want fast enough because those who make it can't get the parts, can't get the systems running up and going. Everything has to restart. Inflation has kicked in. Supply chain problems have kicked in. And now we have glitches all over the place. And so the Federal Reserve has decided the way to tackle that is higher interest rates. We're going to nip inflation in the bud. But you haven't let inflation run its course yet. Not that you're supposed to before you react, but inflation is only 6 months, 8 months old. Inflation hasn't been here for 5 years. It's not like we've had 8% inflation for 5 years in a row. We've only had 8% inflation for like a year now, 9 months. Europe, it's 12%. Britain is going to 15%. Okay, it's worse there than where we are in Canada and the United States, but it's coming. It's already happening. And we're now seeing strikes and threats of strikes and unions who are saying unless I get a raise of so much money, we're walking out. And businesses are paying up to keep employees happy. And what are we here yesterday again for what, the 9th month in a row? 4 million Americans quit their jobs again last month. You don't quit your job if you think you're going to lose it. You don't quit your job if you feel you're going to get laid off. You lay low and shut the hell up, and you take whatever they give you. You take the abuse if they give you abuse. You don't lose your job. You never walk from a job when you feel you can't get another one. But guess what's happening in America and Canada? We think we can get a better job somewhere else. And that's what we're doing. We're walking out and going elsewhere. And businesses are scrambling to hang on to employees. And how many times have you told me on this show, how many times have I read the comments, I quit my job and I got a job with so-and-so, another company, I got 20% more money. My employer offered me a 4% raise after 15 years of giving me 1-2% raises. Now we have 8% inflation and my employer offered me 4%. I walked and went to company blah, 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 and took 20% more. That is what's been going on, and that's the reality of life. This economy isn't slowing down. Inflation isn't going away. It's inherently built into us now. We are now expecting raises to counter inflation. If we don't get it, we take a look around and say, can I do better? That's what's happening in the world today. Welcome. Welcome to 2022. Powell today could say something that could make the market surge 2,000 points. If he leans in a socialistic way and says we're going to keep inflation, interest rates where they are or lower, we think we've turned the corner, We're going to ease up on our bond selling. We're going to stop selling off our bonds. We have $10 trillion of bonds that we have bought over the last 10, 12 years. We are going to stop that for a while and give the market a break. Talk like that will make the market go nuts. But talk like that means he's turning over to a socialistic agenda rather than capitalistic agenda. And for some people, it's unforgivable in America. Unforgivable language that you talk like that. That is not American. Of course, I love the fact that so many Americans love the fact that America has the strongest military in the world and can defend freedom at every corner of the planet. Yet, at the end of the day, kids, of the top 500 companies in America, a huge number of them are dependent on defense spending. That is socialism. The government is buying bullets. The government is ordering guns and rockets and missiles and aircraft carriers. And that's all socialism. And all the employees of the military are government employees. That is socialism at its highest. That is not capitalism. That is socialism. Now, the Russians too, and the Chinese too, have spent a ton of money on that. They too are socialistic. And what is Saudi Arabia saying in the last couple of days? Have you heard this? Have you heard the word that the Saudis are sharing with intelligence with the Americans going, we think the Iranians are about to launch missiles at us. We think they're about to launch those drones because they're getting upset that people are accusing Iran of supporting Russia. They don't like that. So they might be bombing us. That's, of course, how you deny that you're with the Russians. You bomb somebody else and change the subject. Of course, in Iran, the best way to change the subject away from women getting killed because a lock of hair is being shown is you change the subject on that subject. And the way you do it is you create a war. And then that way you can just, you can go that direction. It's all fine. In China, what you do when you have massive unemployment with the youth, you have real estate collapsing in China right now, is you create a war with Taiwan. It's Taiwan's fault because the Americans love Taiwan. There's the problem we are having in our country. Those people are going to have to pay the price. And you don't talk about domestic issues. And if you talk about domestic problems, you are a traitor to your country and you're going to a re-education center and we never hear from you again. And your family will shut the hell up because if any of them talk about what's happening to you, they go to jail too. And so no one talks about anything. Welcome to 2022. Things haven't changed in decades in certain countries and will not. That's the way it is. We're lucky where we are. We're very lucky where we are, Canada, the USA, the Europe, where most of my viewers come from, we're in the G20 countries. We're the lucky ones. We get to beef about it. An old man like me gets to rant about it. And we're allowed to do that. But I don't think I could talk to you like this if I were in Iran or in China or in Egypt or in Russia or many other countries. I would not be allowed to do what I do. You would not be allowed to even watch what I do or think what you're thinking. Would not be allowed whatsoever. But keep in mind, who is paying the bills? Who's really paying the bills for what's going on? And for the last 10, 15 years, economies of the world have done very, very well, and private enterprise has done really well if you know where to do your business. And the General Dynamics, they do not make their money selling widgets that you and I buy at the grocery store. They deal with the Defense Department. They deal with NASA. They deal with government agencies. They are living off the American taxpayer through scare tactics by saying, well, if you don't want to build these interceptor missiles, whatever kind of missiles we provide, then you're wide open to being taken over by communists. So you better buy from us. And Boeing says the same thing, and United Technologies, all these guys who are defense contractors have for decades been living off the fear of Americans and Canadians and others that the commies are ready to go. And the commies are going, we want to grow potatoes. We're starving over here. You want to go 55, 100 miles outside of Moscow and just take a look how prosperous those communists are all around the 500-mile radius of Moscow. And you tell me they're ready to come to America and invade this country? What? They can't get to Moscow with a horse-drawn wagon, let alone do anything else. But it's okay, baby. Let's just keep this game going, keep this narrative going, and let's keep building the most sophisticated military in the world. Canada's in on it. Norway's on it. The UK's in on it. We're all in on it. And oh, by the way, why don't we test out how great our missiles are and our guns and our bullets and our bombs? There's a war going on in Ukraine. We don't have to fight it. We could just supply those guys with all the weaponry they need, and they can beat the crap out of each other over there. And we don't have to send a single child from the United States or Canada or Britain into that conflict. We don't have to institute a draft. This is fantastic. This sure beats Vietnam all to hell, because Vietnam was a huge mistake. Why did America use their own guys to go to Vietnam? You should have just supplied the Vietnamese with the bullets and let them fight it out. Problem was they couldn't win. That was the problem. Too many North Vietnamese versus South Vietnamese. Gosh darn it to hell. Had to send those kids in there and get slaughtered. And it's really sad, isn't it? Yeah, no president wants to do a draft. No president wants to send in the boys and girls from their own country into a war. So what do? You provide the bullets. You fight it. Here you go. Here, Saudi Arabia, here's all the weaponry you need to go and fight all the enemies you have. And Ukrainians, here's all the weaponry you need to fight those guys. And we'll give $2 billion a month in assistance to these wonderful people. Where does that $2 billion end up going? Defense contractors. What do you think? It's a beautiful system. It really is. Jobs are created everywhere. Prosperity reigns supreme. And the bombs don't go off in your neighborhood. It's beautiful. It's just a wonderful thing. Welcome, everybody, to the show. The midterms are next week. And it looks like the Republicans are going to get the House, maybe the Senate. And guess what you're going to get for 2 full years? Hunter Biden investigations. That's what you're going to get for another 2 years. How many miles of roadway will be resurfaced in the United States? How many bridges will be rebuilt? How many airports redesigned? None. Nothing. Everything stops. Jobs will not be created by the government of the United States through this infrastructure bill. That will be cut at every turn, every chance. There will be committees investigating rigged bids, deceptive contract practice. I mean, they'll come up with every excuse to quagmire the entire government spending area into nothing. The only area that will do very, very well is the Defense Department. The Defense Department is a political gold mine for politicians to support. Everything else is socialism. We can't have that. And the American public will swear and curse and be frustrated with the potholes and lane closures and delays at the airport and on it goes. It will not go away. But it's self-inflicted. Americans are excellent at cutting themselves. And we do it in Canada. Other countries do it around the world. Welcome to 2022. But today, the market could have a great day. It really could. It could go up 2,000 points today. All Powell has to do is say a couple of words on that press conference, and we could have just a wonderful stock market. Will that get any politician reelected? Probably not. Will that defeat any particular politician? Probably not. Americans and Canadians and Europeans, anyone playing the market will just take the money, take the gains, and say, thank you very much. I got mine. I don't care about you. And I got my bills paid for, and that's all I need to worry about. And that's the mentality. All for oneself, not for all for oneself. We'll see how this all goes. Yeah, fun times. Barron's, the Fed's next big rate hike is coming. Don't expect Powell to tip his hand. Headline on Barron's right there. Another jumbo Fed rate hike is expected, and then life gets difficult for Powell. Yeah, no kidding. This is the last 3/4 point increase he's allowed to make that everyone has agreed is coming, and most analysts say is necessary. From here on out, everyone differs in their opinion. It now goes everywhere else. It just goes right out. And this is where, depending how old and experienced The person is you're asking, top analyst at this bank, top analyst at this brokerage firm here, top analyst with this hedge fund, top spokesman for that pension fund, whoever those people are, they all have their own thinking and their thoughts. But remember, if they're under 50, they have no idea what they're talking about on a one-on-one level, on a first-hand basis. They have never lived through a high inflation lifestyle and a high interest rate life. They've never done it. Their parents did, but not they themselves. And we're now looking to see how well managed, how well studied, how well everything these people are. The reality, though, unfortunately, if you're on CNBC and you're being interviewed by Steve Leisman about what do you think interest rates are going to do, he's going to give you a question, and the producer and the director in the control room are going to tell Steve, in 8 seconds, we want you to ask him this question. And then 8 seconds later, we want you to ask him this question, because they know that if they put the camera on you for an answer to a complex question that takes university degrees to understand, you have 8 seconds to give him the answer, because he's got another answer ready, because the camera can only be on you for 8 seconds. And then the camera has to be back on Steve Leisman and then back on you again. Otherwise, the viewers of CNBC, video game children that are now up into their 40s, will lose attention spans, and they will switch channels to go somewhere else. Or they'll turn the TV off and turn on the game mode and start playing with their hand controller. That is the world in which we also live in. And that is why messages that go out are not really heard. And that's why this old man talks to, right now, I'm talking to 286 people right now. Am I talking to 28,600 people that should know what's going on? No, I'm not. Because why? I don't have fancy graphs back here. I don't have fancy lights. I don't have all kinds of video stuff going to keep your eyeballs going. I am talking to you with words. I'm like a radio guy in front of a camera. And if you're in the car, I probably am getting through to you a lot more than if you're at your house. Because if you're in the car, you're moving and you've got stuff to stimulate your eyeballs, and you can listen to me speak in the background. Whereas if you're sitting in front of your computer right now, you're looking at me going, what's this? What's that? What does that t-shirt say? You're not hearing what I'm saying. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's all right. It's the world in which we live. It all changed in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. We went into video games. Video games came to the house. They used to be at the pinball arcade. They used to be in pool halls before that, by the way. Then we had pinball arcades. And as soon as they showed up in shopping malls, it was okay for mom to give you $2 and spend an hour in that damn arcade so I can buy a pair of shoes and leave me the hell alone. Little did she know that by doing that and sending you into that arcade at the mall, she has changed your life forever. For better or for worse, she's changed your life forever. And all your pals were in there, and you were all playing those video games. Now you do it at home, and you do it on your phone, and you do it at the office. You do it wherever you can. And your attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. And you need to be wowed. Wow me, man. Wow me. And now the stock market is on this, the gaming device of all time. We've got the gaming device of all time in our hands, and the stock market is now part of it. The stock market is one of the hottest video games there is in the world today. And for people with $500, with $200, they can play options. They can bet on the future of Apple's stock. They can buy a contract, good for a week, good for a month, good for a year, whatever. You can play options on all kinds of stocks down to $1.50 a share. Like ATIP, you can play options on ATIP. You want to do that? Sure. You want to buy 20-cent contracts on all kinds of stock? Tons available. Whatever little amount you have is available on this little game right here, little console right here, all around the world. And you don't have to pay attention to research. You don't have to pay attention to a broker. You don't have to call me to tell me you want to buy 100 contracts at 8 cents each, and me tell you, are you out of your mind? No, you don't have to go. You don't have to go to daddy anymore. You don't have to get permission from your broker to do that. You can do it yourself Don't talk to anybody ever. And you can risk however many dollars you want to risk on the most outlandish bets ever imagined by mankind, all you want. If you're watching this channel to learn how to write options, you're on the opposite side of this nonsense. And you're saying, you know what, Bruce, I can make a living doing this by allowing saps like that to play options. I'm going to provide liquidity in the option market for my portfolio. I'm more than happy to do this. Because right now, even though interest rates are 6, 5, 6, 7, 8%, mortgages are 7%, I can't get more than 1, 2, 3% on my money. A lot of banks out there aren't paying any money on their savings accounts. They're like 1% a year, 0.5% a year. I get these emails that say you can get 3.5%, 4% interest as long as you have a minimum $10,000 balance in your account, and you do this, and you do that, and you do that, and you do that, then we'll give you the money a year from now. They're never going to pay you because they're going to find an excuse to say you broke the deal. There's no bank coming to you saying, please give us money so we can lend it to somebody else. Nobody's doing that. So you got to make money on your own. Well, why don't you give it to these saps over here? Let these saps give you the money up front. Write some call options. Take the cash. Sit on it. Learn how to fold your arms, just like we do over here, and buy them back for pennies on the dollar. It's legal and it's quite acceptable, and no one minds a bit. And for those of you who are bringing in $1,000 extra a month, congratulations. It's helping with a few bills here and there. Great. Bringing in $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, and half of it you're using for bills. The other half you're growing your account with. Great. Some of you bringing in $5,000 to $10,000 per month, and it's kicked out your day job completely, and you are living on a portion of that money. The rest is going to your account. You're totally self-employed. Great. You're 45, 50 years old. You're 55 years old. And you have to retire. You know you have to retire in 10 years. You're not doing too well physically. You're starting to slow down. You're getting creaky. Your health is so-and-so. You know you've got to deliver a pile of dough into your retirement account in the next 5, 10 years. And you may or may not be around to enjoy it anymore, but at least it's for the family. I mean, you got a lot of pressure on your mind. And you're bringing in 5, 10, 15, 20,000 a month writing options because you found this channel. Way to go. Could I be more proud? No. You have no idea how satisfied this makes me. The fact that I've been able to put classes out there for the last year and a half plus to help you understand what options actually are. What the hell is a stock option? What does put mean? What does call mean? What's a stink bid? What's this 90-10 rule? How writing contracts? What does that mean? Does that mean I buy it? It's a certain contract I buy, and then what is all this writing calls for so much and then having them depreciate with time and buying them back at that much? What's time value depreciation mean? All these terms that you don't understand, that all you hear about on these programs out there and these other channels, they talk over your head all the time with these fancy lingo terms, and you're going, I don't understand this crap, and I don't want to watch these guys. I don't like being made to feel stupid. I don't like it. And that way I'm not going to participate in this game. And this has killed so many investors' abilities to take control of their finances and be able to run their own investing, where they give their money to some kind of experts out there, and they have had to accept 2 to 4% returns for the last 15 years when the markets are hitting new highs every year. Now, some folks have done well. They've had 6%, 8% returns. Even if you're getting 6 or 8% return on your money, which is fine if inflation is 3%. The reality is that those folks are making 12 to 15% with your money and giving you 6 to 8. They were really living the high life. Because why? They had thousands of you giving them money all the time. They were making millions. There were a handful of people making millions off of the billions they're managing. And the investors got the small end of the stick. And you're looking at your retirement fund going, my God, I've been putting into this since I was 28 years old, 30 years old. My employer matched it. And I'm 48 years old, and I got $60,000 saved up for my retirement. How the hell am I going to live on anything like this? Even if I got 5% dividend yield on that money, I'd get, $3,000 a year, $250 a month. on top of my Social Security. How the hell am I going to live? Have you noticed the price of bacon lately? You're losing more on inflation than you can gain on the money these people are making you. You got to take control of your life. But who has encouraged you to do that? Nobody. Nowhere have you been given that help, because the so-called highfalutin experts talk in their little lingo up here to make you, to bemean you and to make you feel stupid, and you don't dare try to understand the stock market. People fear the stock market. People fear their investments. People are afraid to open envelopes from their financial advisors. That is the game that these guys play to a T. They make it to the point where you are afraid to do anything on your own, and you rely on them for everything. And this way they can get away with murder. And they are generating revenues like you can't believe. What you don't know and what you don't see is the financial advisor that talked you into throwing your $100,000 or $50,000 or whatever, your life savings, into this managed portfolio thing. Those folks are not the ones making the money. They're doing okay. Their job is to find you and others like you to get your dough in, to get it into the house. And then the house sends the dough to head office to be managed. And computer programs are churning out results all the time, and you're constantly getting email alerts or monthly statements on your phone. You get them in your mailbox telling you how you're doing. The guy who's gathering all this cash in your hometown is making $100,000 a year, or $125,000 a year. If they're really top-notch generators of revenue, of money, they're making $200,000 a year. Yeah, there's a couple of them like that, a couple of them. The money is not made in your hometown. The money is made at head office. Where's head office? Most likely New York City. Most likely in Chicago. Most likely in Los Angeles, where the fund operators are located. These are the folks that are making the millions a year. You are talking now about people who are walking in the front door and who are being given $5,000 a week to show up, $1,000 a day to show up. And if they don't generate results that gives them a bonus of $1 million a year, they are fired and they're eliminated. We're going to get someone who can perform around here. These people come and go like you can't believe. They have 3 to 5 year lifespans. If they last longer than 5 years, they're likely managers who are now getting $5 million bonuses per year. And if they last at that level, they're in the upper echelon of these outfits where they're getting $10 to $15 million bonuses with $2 million walk-in salaries and all that stuff. That's where the upper end is. The top of the top end of these outfits are the guys and girls that have a lovely condo in New York. They have their family home in wherever America. They have a condo in Miami or in Palm Desert or somewhere else. They might be the folks who charter a jet privately to spend a week in Paris every year or whatever. These are the folks living the life of the life, okay? They're out there with your money. Now, they're not stealing it from you. They're just managing it for you, and they're giving you a return, but they're dealing with billions under administration to give themselves millions in compensation. A loaf of bread for someone making $1 billion a year is the same price for a loaf of bread that you pay for. It's the same price. Now, you're in line at the bakery to buy that loaf of bread. They have someone else they're paying to be in line to buy that loaf of bread, okay? And it's likely the bakery is delivering it to their house automatically. You still have to go get it yourself. Is it fair? Maybe, maybe not. It's life itself. This is who you're competing against to make a buck in this world. If you're doing it from here, you're learning how to do it, congratulations. I commend you all. Again, today could be one of the greatest days the market has ever seen. Might be a bad day too, might be a nothing burger when it's all said and done. If you're an option writer, you're probably going to make a lot of money. If you're an option gambler, you're probably going to lose a lot of money. But then don't tell a gambler they're going to lose money. They don't believe you. They only need one hit, one win, and I've got it all. It's all okay. That's all I'm waiting for. Folks, I have talked too long. we're open now. I'm sure the bells have rung. I thank you all for being here. It's great to have you. There's Larry doing his job while I'm yapping away. Thank you, all of you, from popping in here. Let me know how you're doing. Thank you. Those of you who have been giving me thumbs ups, thank you for that. Appreciate it. 164 of them have come in while I've been just yapping away about this and this and this and this. In any event, I appreciate all of you for being here, and welcome to the party, pal. We're going to go over to member-only chat. This is what we do basically every day. Let me just see what I'm doing here. Okay. Thank you one and all for hanging out with us today. Really appreciate you being here. Let's hope you do very, 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 very well today. You deserve nothing but the best. Let me do that and head over here and let me just get things started. Sorry, I'm a little behind here. Just having too much fun ranting. When you get old, you love to rant. So much fun here. There we go. We're going to go over here to member only on the chat. So if there's any trolls out there, sorry if they've been bothering you. Too busy to notice. But hopefully it's just members only now. And generally speaking, members are not offensive people. They are the finest YouTubers available to a YouTuber like me. I'm one of the lucky ones. I have a group of followers here that are absolutely the best there is, and I thank you all for being here. It is much, much appreciated. 172 on the thumbs up meter. We need 28 more to hit 200. 173, 27 more. 27 more thumbs ups, and we will nail 200. Thank you, all of you. If any of you are interested in our class, speaking of classes, this Saturday, I will be live at noon Eastern time. Lesson number 14 will be presented this Saturday. How to maximize profits from writing options. You want to quit your day job? You want to be one of those people known as a silent quitter where you're, just kind of putting in the motions at the office, but your game plan ultimately is to just walk away from that, cubicle of yours and have your control of your own life. You want to be one of those folks. You want to be here on Saturday with us. You definitely want to be here. We're going to talk about how you can to maximize your profits on your option writing. There are so many folks out there who do so well on writing an option and picking which one to write, but they don't know what they're doing when it comes to scoring the profit on the deal. Too many people take too small a profit and leave money on the counter. That's an unforgivable sin. You can't do that. In New York, you'd be fired. You'd be dumped by your hedge fund people. They dump you because they go, look, man, we give you all these comforts. We give you 12 screens to trade with. We give you 2 assistants to help you with your option trades. We have a nice executive bathroom over there. We provide lunch all the time. You don't have to leave the building to go and eat and have a pee and all that. The least you could do is maximize profits when you write options for us. If you're not going to do that, if you're happy just getting paid $250,000 a year salary and $1 million a year bonus, if you're happy with that, we're going to have to let you go because we're not looking for those kinds of traders. We're looking for option writers that are going to be insulted to themselves if they don't make $5 million a year. So you either are going to make $5 million a year for yourself or find a job with somebody else because we don't want you here anymore. That's how you have to start thinking. Or at least I'll try to help you start thinking that way. I hope I can help you think that way. Anyway, this Saturday at noon Eastern, class number 14 is in session. If you would like to be a student live in this class, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, Auntie Jen, is handling the moderation. All you got to do is make a donation to our PayPal account. The link is down below. The PayPal link is down below. $150 is your admission to the class. Send me a private email after you do that, and my email address is down below as well. Send me a private email. Say, Bruce, I've just sent you $150 for this Saturday's class. I look forward to seeing you. That way I have your private email. I can now send you a link to you directly about 15 minutes before we begin the class, and then you can join us live. Ask me anything you want while I'm talking away about how this works. It'll last about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You can come and go whenever you want. It's up to you. At the end of it, here's the good news. Whether you pay attention or not, or whether you're too busy putting, girls' hair in the inkwell, or whether you're shooting spitballs at the guys, look, it doesn't matter. At the end of the class, what's going to happen is we edit the live class into a more concise, copied version that will end up on my website, stockmarkets.bruce.ca. And you're going to be then sent an edited version of the final class as part of your cost of being in the class. So you're in the class live, and then you get the final class sent to you, and you can watch it as many times as you want, again and again and again. That's all for $150. There you go. A number of folks have taken me up on the offer. We have a few spots left. We're running out of space. There will not be 500 people in this class. Believe me, it is a select number that are allowed in. Then we cut it off, but we're not quite there. But Jen is asking me, how many? We're getting close, I said, I know, but it's all good. So if you'd like to be in the class, send $150 through PayPal now to lock in your spot, and we'll take care of you. Okay. Other news, just again, to be transparent with all of you, I have 13 classes that are on my website right now, have been now for months. The classes from day one have been $100 each, a joke, $100 a class, to learn how to write options and change your life forever. There are folks here who talk about what is meant to them to be part of this channel, watch those classes, be a student in the live classes themselves. Most of these folks are students that are in the live classes. That's why they know so much. But they are here all the time. Their lives have been completely altered in the last year from what it was prior. A lot of folks here have been buying and selling stock, trying to make the home run ball, look for the big mother of all payoffs. And then they discovered how to write stock options for cash. And they've stopped all this nonsense about looking for the mother of all short squeeze wins. They're just making money every week from the market. It just keeps coming in, and their numbers are growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. They're getting bigger and bigger hits from the option market that are just, money's just being handed to them. Join these folks. Take the classes yourself. I've been charging $100 for these classes. The price goes up on Monday. For the first time, I'm going to charge a little more. It's $150 starting Monday per class, including lesson number 14. So the lesson that's being broadcast this Saturday, you can be live for $150 and get a copy of it, or you can wait until we edit it and put it up there. It's $150 either way. So that's the new normal for the class. There'll be 14 classes in existence at that point in time, and you can buy one at a time whenever you want, in any order you want to watch them. It's totally up to you. Knock yourself out. Welcome to the party, pal. We try to explain what's going on in plain English, and those classes are absolutely in plain English. You will understand. You buy class number 1 right now and watch it tonight. You will go, this is easy to understand. Oh, I understand. That's how we do it completely. I don't try to talk above you and past you and all that kind of stuff. It is plain English. It is straightforward. And this is a conservative strategy in the market. Any professional who knows their crap, you ask them about option writing, covered call option writing, and they have to know, if they know what they're talking about, they will say to you, that's a conservative strategy. That's actually not that risky a strategy. There are pluses and minuses to do anything in life, including writing options, but the pluses are so phenomenal and the minuses are so minuscule that even folks here have to admit, I wrote an option once where it really went up on me. And in the end, I still ended up working out because Bruce talked to us about rollovers. And we got to learn that. Once I figured that out, oh my God, I don't fear this market anymore. And this is the difference between this channel right here and any other YouTube channel that you're watching out there. There are YouTube channels out there and there are the analysts on TV and these bond specialists and all these morons. You listen to these people and you will fear the stock market. You'll panic about the stock market, whether it goes up or down. You'll panic about the stock market. The people on this channel do not fear the stock market. They own the stock market. I have an expression. Some people don't like it. It's called, you have to make the market your bitch. And some don't like when I say that, but that is what it is. You have to take the stock market by the throat and make it yours. It works for you, not anybody else. It works for you. And we learn that here. That's how we operate on this channel. It's subtle. It's not, no fireworks and all that. We just calm the hell down around here when the markets go crazy up or crazy down. We don't care. We don't care. We can handle any market situation, any good or bad day, any crazy gyration of values. We can handle it. And that's the difference between being a self-made person that runs your life versus being told what to do, how to do it, how high to jump, and all that nonsense. I just don't go for that. You got to take control of your life, and you got to want it. If you want to control your destiny and not be kicked around anymore by your financial advisor, by your boss, by some relative that you have to work with or work for, you want to be on your own? You can be on your own right here. You can do it with your husband and your wife, your partner. You can do it with a group of friends. You can set up an LP entity. There's all kinds of ways to be involved in the market. But for a lot of you out there, you have discovered I can be my own market manager. I can manage my own affairs, and I can earn a return on my money that no one can offer me anywhere. There's not a chance, no chance will you ever find a Wall Street-based outfit that will come to you and say, oh, you've got $60,000? Oh, we can make you 20% a year on your money. You're never getting that phone call. If you ever do get approached by people like that, run for the hills, because they, of course, they're probably related to Bernie Madoff's people. You don't want to be there. You want to do it on your own so that you can take control of your life. And you are not going to be stuck at home. You're not going to be stuck in front of a computer all day long. You're not going to be chained to some kind of a schedule where you can't have a life. No, that's the other thing folks here are figuring out, that they can get out and they can be portable with this. You want to spend the summer, next summer in Europe, traveling France and Italy and Switzerland and Austria, and enjoying strudel with whipping cream and a nice cafe with a nice latte coffee. I did last summer. A lot of my viewers are in that position now to do that with this device in their hand and learning how to write stock options. You can do that. Now, I don't trade. I don't want to give you a misconception. I don't trade stock. I don't trade options. I am just an advisor. Look at how much I'm talking to you on this camera. Do you see me looking at a quote machine? I don't have a quote machine. I'm looking at the market on my phone, and it's not even on yet. I'm looking at the market on my iPad on marketwatch.com. Free, delayed quotes. And I'm advising you on what you could do and could not do and how you may want to do this and how you want to do that. It's your call. You are the one in charge of your control of your account. You're not competing against me. I'm your advisor. I'm here to guide you, give you my opinion, but you can take it or leave it, because it's up to you whether you want to go with it or not. All right. Jamie Newsom, how are you? How are you doing? Thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Now, I'm not sure if Jamie is a new member or if Jamie is just renewing her membership, because it doesn't tell me that on my thing here. But Jamie is a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member right here, right now, and I thank you so much for being here. It's been a while. I'm back, she says. Absolutely, I appreciate it. It's great to have you here again, and I know there are a lot of people out here who found my channel a while ago, and they've come back to it. Others who were here a year and a half ago were all interested in just following GameStop and nothing but GameStop. That's all they wanted to talk about. And I started changing the subject to other things rather than just GameStop or just AMC. And that made a lot of people run away. And that was the way it is, because I'm not a promoter and a shill for these outfits. I just speak my mind as to what I think is going on out there. And I just give you my interpretation of what I think is happening in plain English. And you decide you like it or not. It's totally your call. And again, the only reason I'm still here from January of last year to today, the only reason I'm still on the air is because I have changed this channel away from just advertising only through YouTube, where you can watch and anybody can comment any way they want, which, you know, in some cases is pretty offensive. We've gone to a membership level. You want to be a commentator here? You want to ask me questions about your stocks, your options, what have you? You have to make the commitment that Jamie is making. Become a member of this channel. That's all I ask. If you can afford $10 a month, you can be a member of this channel. For $25 a month, you can be one of these guys, a Gold Bagel member. We love bagels here. Becoming a Gold Bagel member for $25 a month, and you will get a Trade Alert show every morning before I start this show. Wednesday nights, like tonight, 8 o'clock, prime time with Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members only. You get a lot of benefits being a Gold Bagel member and commenting here all you like. And you're surrounded by all these folks who are pretty well all option writers. These are all option writers. And they talk to each other. Here, you get to hang out with these guys during market hours while we're trading here, while they're trading, to stay on top of what's going on. Let's make money in this market. Why the heck not? It's being handed to you. The opportunities are endless. Thank you all for hanging out with this old man today. Hopefully I've made some sense. I see the Dow down 144 points. I see S&P down 18 and NASDAQ down 42. The oil market down 37 cents at this point. The VIX has gone up 55 to 26.36, but that's not catastrophically bad. Hence why, possibly, maybe, the markets could have one of the best days of all time today. They could really surge today. And now I have a guest here who's joined me.
Guest?
Auntie Jen has joined me. Hi there, Auntie Jen. How are you today?
Oh, I didn't know I was a guest.
My Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? I tell you. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm going to try to show you something. See if this works out or not. Let me work on this. You folks have seen this photo before. You've seen this illustration of me. The professor is in on Saturday. This is me. I'm waiting for you kids to show up. We'll have fun this Saturday. Be on your best behavior. Will be no prisoners taken this weekend. But I just want to see if by chance I can find that. Yeah, I don't know if I have it. That's why I'm looking right now. Something arrived here last evening.
I have to show it this afternoon.
Here they go. Here they come. They're all coming up now. So now we can take a look this direction. And let me
organize them by date.
Yeah.
And then it would be the first one up.
By date added. How about that? There it is. Let's see if this works at all anywhere.
And then it'll show you if you save. Because it would be the first one. I doubt you've saved anything else.
I don't know if I have that. Yeah.
You'll have to do that and show me this afternoon.
Jen is going to have to help me with this. We got something in yesterday that I'm dying to show you, and I'm hoping that you like it like we did. Did they see my screen?
Yeah. Did they see
No, they don't see this. No. They're right now. They're looking at this.
Oh.
That's what they see right now. I'm going to show you something else. Here's something pleasant to look at. There you go. Cayman Islands. There's nothing wrong with looking at that. Welcome to the islands, man. Go on a cruise ship and come to the Cayman Islands, man. This is pretty good, man. Let's see if I've got that. Where did I have that?
You're the worst.
I'm the worst. Well, of course I'm the worst. I'm.
Tell them how many emails you have.
No, I'm not going to tell them how many. I'm not going to do that. Now, Jen.
It's just
Jen, there's no need for.
Just looking at them.
No need for Jen for you to be like that. Let's see. Here we go. Here's this thing here. And I guess I can do.
Click on the picture.
I wondered if I could do this. And then I can do this.
Save it.
There. I wonder if I can do this. And then I can do. There, I'll do that. And I'm going to do this. You just hang on there, folks. I'm trying desperately to get you something that I think you should take a look at. Let's see if this pops up, and let's see if I can get this. Okay. What do you think of this, kids? Is that cool or what? Look at that. Rugman. Yoink. How about that?
You have to give him time to look at everything. It's pretty good.
It's pretty cool stuff. I love this thing. This was
bigger.
We had Zach send this to us yesterday. I think it was Zach sent me this. Is this absolutely? I can't make it any bigger on this screen here, but I thought, would this be kind of cool on a coffee mug or something? That would be pretty cool on a coffee mug, on a T-shirt. Rugman, the RM on the chest, and the $sign for the belt buckle, and the shag carpet. Don't you stand on that shag carpet?
The gray hair, though, you're looking pretty
kind of buff, and I kind of worked out there. Kind of like the cape, the shag carpet for the cape. Don't mess with Rugman. Yoink, you'll be yoinked off.
The public over there.
The public.
You're going to kill retail sales. So
I love this. So oh, do I love that. Man, oh man, I tell you right now, deep value. Rugman, it's Rugman. Who did that? Laughing out loud. The Rugman coming. Zach made that. Talented dude. It was Zach that did. They sent me that. I think I have Zach's permission to produce that on a coffee mug and other things. We have to make sure with Zach on that. Destroy retail. Rugman is the savior of retail. Alberto, that is nice. I would frame that. Dude, laugh aloud. That's great. Mike likes it. Tiff, shut up and take my money. Take my money. Beach Boy. Is this Auntie Jen there? Oh, she's here, but she's not in that picture. I don't think so. No, that's not it.
That's me. That's me under the Rugman costume.
You gotta love it. Let's take a look at that again. Rugman area. Deal with that, folks. Yoink. Yoink. Matthew Zap. IR Aaron. Nice. There you go. Rugman to the rescue. Don't be messing with us, or you will be yoinked out.
So good.
That is so great. That was so fun. That's really a sign of talent. Yeah, that's right. I've been waiting for weeks for Rugman to visit ExxonMobil. I guess he doesn't want my oil on his cape. That's right. We don't want to stain it with some stinky oil.
How hard it is to get oil out of a rug?
Yeah, it's hard to get that off a rug. We don't want to do that. Oh, man, I love this. Yes, Rugman is here. Don't mess with Rugman. Oh, you will be yoinked out of existence. And your professor is ready this Saturday with lesson number 14. Don't be missing that. Oh, man. Once you take those option courses, you too will be able to walk around town just like this guy right here. Highfalutin option moneymaker. That's right. Writing them their options and then taking out your hot Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife and going out around town just like we would do here. We go grocery shopping. Oh, good times, good times. Ava's here. Oh, good stuff. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful times. Look at this. There you go. See how natural we look out there? See, that's just us out there. She's holding me up, because, she's more than 4'8" tall with her heels on, but I got my stilts on, and you can notice she's holding onto my hand and holding me up so I don't fall over. You got to love being out with a gal like that, don't you think? Oh, yeah, baby. Good times, baby. Good times. Rugman to the rescue. Yoink. Don't mess with Rugman.
There's lots of red here today.
Man.
A little bit of green, but lots of red.
Oh, we're going to have fun today. The prices on the cover are great. Top left corner says Merkel.
Yes, yeah.
That's right.
He's thought of
That's
every
styling.
detail.
You're Jack, bro.
Yeah, that's it. He's Jack. He works out.
That's right.
No big deal.
That's right. That's right. Matthew, I covered all my cover calls. Hopefully, J. Paul has something good to say, or there's an uptick in the market before he pulls the rug. Oscar, good time for segment of refreshment.
Refreshment segment.
A refreshment segment.
That's right. That's what I'm here for. Is your refreshment.
Good
segment.
times, good
What's
times.
it going to be today?
What should I have on my bagel today? Oh, I'm thinking grape jelly today.
It's grape jelly day.
It's interest rate Wednesday, and we got to get all sugared up.
That's right.
We're
We're snowed in. We need the.
Are we snowed in? Oh my! It's still coming down. We have a blizzard going on out there.
The radio is warning people that if you need a tow, it's about an 11-hour wait. If you only need a boost, it's like 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours to get a boost.
Yeah. Find your neighbor.
You're better off ordering a taxi or ordering an Uber.
Yeah.
And,
well, I can imagine they're pretty pricey today.
Yeah.
More than normal.
Yeah. But find a neighbor.
And
find a neighbor to get a boost. But it's not that cold out. It's not like zero or anything.
It's
just the snow
roads are miserable.
The snow is everywhere. We've had blizzard conditions now for 18 straight hours.
Well, not blizzard because we really don't have the wind.
We've had it already.
The sun yesterday was enough to make the snow wet, and then it froze, and then snow went over it, which is always the great driving.
We got like 4 to 5 inches of snow most places. Yeah, on the lawns, it's 6 inches. On the roads, it's 3 or 4 inches if it hasn't been plowed.
Yeah.
But the roads were melting first. It was just melting, turning into water first. Now it's accumulating into slush. Now, as it gets colder, it will hard pack, and it will really
on the main roads, they put down that Teflon stuff, so it can't stick.
But on every side road in the city, they don't do anything.
No,
we don't.
You're on your own.
They don't have the money. Too many roads and not enough plows, and we have too many major arteries that need to be constantly looked after.
Yeah,
there's only so much you can do, but it is coming. It is coming down all day today as well. It's still
the ski slopes open this weekend.
In the mountains, if you can get to them.
Well, there's that.
The good news is it's snowing in the mountains. The bad news, you can't get to the mountains.
They're opening nice and early this year because they got snow.
This isn't early though. November. This isn't early. This is kind of normal.
The first weekend of November.
Yeah, it's kind of normal.
Okay, I'm off to do a bagel.
Thank you, Auntie Jen, so much. I appreciate it. Fantastico. Thank you all.
Rugman.
Go Rugman. That's right. A blizzard and the Wi-Fi.
Like Russ Wilson now. Every time I leave, it's going to be, instead of let's ride, go Rugman.
Go Rugman. There you go. How about that? A blizzard and the Wi-Fi keeps holding the line. Are your cables in the US and Canada made out of heavy granite stone? Yeah, Splair, we are equipped here in this country. Here in Canada, we could have a 4-foot dump of snow in 24 hours. Nothing would stop. The electricity doesn't go out. The water flows. The sewage system works. Internet's fine. Cable is fine. Everything here is built to a very high blizzardy type standard because this is Canada. Now, if this kind of weather hit Atlanta, carnage, complete carnage, you wouldn't want to know. Spicy GameStop is going up. Deuce Caboose. When is the interest rate announced? Later today. They'll announce it. I'm not sure what times it run. Noon Eastern or something like that. 2 o'clock Eastern time, noon my time. Thank you, Oscar. Yeah, 2 o'clock Eastern, to noon my time. All right, there you go. We've got a 28.40 last trade on GameStop, up 1 penny on the day. The Dow's down 130, S&P down 19, Nasdaq down 54. That's where we're at right here, right now. See how all this reacts here in the marketplace. Welcome all of you to the show. Thank you for those of you who are coming to our class this weekend. Thanks to those of you who are scooping up these classes on my website before the price goes up. If any of you are having issues when you buy a class on the website, if you're buying one of those $100 classes, if you're having any problems at all about finding your link, it's not working right, just drop me an email. Just send me an email. Say, Bruce, I just bought class number 6 or 9 or whatever. I bought these 4 classes or whatever. I'm having trouble finding where I can't find the links. I will send you an email specifically to you with your personalized links. And that way they're in your e-box all the time. You can save those and then refer to them whenever you want. Okay, so I'll take care of you. After the live shows are over, I check my emails, try to get back to you as soon as I can to give you updates and get you the links you need. All right, so thank you for making the effort to get your hands on these classes. Those of you who want to in on the live class, send me a $150 donation today, US, to the PayPal link down below, and we'll register you in the class, and we're good to go. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. What else is going on here? What else is going here? Deuce Caboose says that Morgan Stanley lowers SoFi target. That makes no sense. Let's see. And Mirko is saying to Nick, Netflix is coming your way. We're down 375 on Netflix to 283. Amazon is up 14 cents. Tesla is down 70 cents. It's now 227. Apple down 146 today. GameStop down 18 to 28.21, and SoFi down 16 cents to 5.57. Deep value should get more frequent with climate change. Michael Downs, I swear I never know what the heck Morgan Stanley is doing. There you go. Exactly. It's crazy. Again, thank you, all of you, for popping through here. Schwab gave SoFi an F rating, but bought 4 million shares. True story. They gave it an F rating, and they bought 4 million shares. So there you go. I have no idea what these analysts are thinking, doing, talking, anything. I don't understand their mentality on this. SoFi is hitting it out of the park on all metrics, but hey, I'm not going to defend these guys, and I'm going to try to explain them, because how can you explain idiots? I don't understand. Whatever their thoughts, it's probably that their firms are making no commissions from SoFi, and maybe that they're afraid of the competition that SoFi offers them, because SoFi is in the brokerage business and soon to offer option writing too. Could be crazy. Zach is in the house. Good morning, everybody. I am number 196, says Zach. How you doing, buddy? We were just showing off something. We were showing this off this morning here. How about that? People were reacting to this today and are pretty impressed with this artwork here. What do you think, folks? Zach has made this for us. Is that pretty cool or what? Let Zach know what you think about that artwork. Isn't that beautiful? You gotta love this, man. You gotta love it. Rug man to the rescue, baby. I love it. That's just fantastic. Oh, so good. Rigman. There you go. DH Deuce, Schwab's ratings make no sense. Cindy, someone actually exercised 2 of my $5 SoFi contracts. They expire this Friday. Go figure. Guess what you can do? You just buy them back and write 6s. You can always do that. Michael, number 178. Zach, Rugman, issue number 1. Mirko, great job. I love it, says Samaris Homebar. Splair, I bet the mentality is give it a bad rating. Stupid people follow it and then buy cheaper new stocks to say somewhere later it is worth buying while they are listed instead starting to close it out. Susan shops about. I am thumbs up 198. Bruce, you're going for 200 and you're going to get them right here. Looks like we just hit our 200th thumbs up. Thank you all for the thumbs ups already. 200 today. We hit 200 yesterday. We love you. Appreciate it. Zach, thanks, Bruce. I'm not wearing my glasses yet. Rigman is another story. Rugman is out there. 205 down points on the Dow right now. Amazon down 8 cents. Netflix down 331 to 283.44. Tesla's off 38 cents. Apple off 116. GameStop down 13. SoFi down 18. If you've written contracts against Amazon, Netflix, Tesla, Apple, GameStop, SoFi, let the stocks dip and let the contracts go to zero. I don't recommend writing calls on SoFi. I haven't been because I expect SoFi at any time to have a breakout. I really believe there will be a breakout, but I don't know what day. I can't tell you. And I can say with certainty, It's unlikely to be today with interest rates about to be announced. I mean, this attention of this market is elsewhere. But I will say yesterday we did trade 150 million shares of SoFi, and we've traded only 10 million so far this morning. So you can see how quiet things are this morning so far. Down 20 cents on SoFi. I don't know how long it'll stay down here. HBQ down just 6 cents. Rocket Lab down a penny. Moderna down 48 cents. ME up 2 cents. Matterport down 7. ATIP down 4. SmartRent up 2. SmartRent down 2. Spire down 4. Sextera down 11. AMC Ape down 14 cents combined. Bed Bath & Beyond down 6. Pfizer down 42. Boeing down 44. Cisco down 5. Home Depot down 48 cents. Carvana down 41. Do you notice a pattern here so far? Vanek Vectors actually up $2 to 192.55. IBM down 15 cents. Microsoft down $2. Goldman up 153. Google down 43 cents. Meta Platforms, Facebook down 185. We've got BlackBerry down 7 cents. Royal Caribbean down 53. We've got Costco down $5. Walmart down 36 cents. Nvidia is up $4. Disney down $1.30. American Airlines at $13.96, down 15 cents. So it's negative almost everywhere, but it's fractionally negative, just pennies of negativity, not a lot of dollars. The bigger cap stocks, $226 Tesla down $1.50. Yeah, okay, $1.50, but they're not down $10. Netflix, like I said, 336 to the downside, now at 283. They were at 299 yesterday morning, could not hit 300 yesterday, and we're now at 283 and slumping on Netflix. GameStop 28.15 down 24, which means, of course, all of you who have written options on GameStop, 25s, 26s, 27s, they're all coming down to you. And those of you rolled up into 29s and 30s, they are all backing off and slumping out of the money.
Out of the money.
Out of the money. And thank you, Miss Jennifer, for that. The bagel covered in grape jelly.
The bagel covered in snow.
Covered in jelly instead of snow.
Go Rugman.
Go Rugman. Yeah, baby. Go Rugman. Go. Save the world from those bag holders. Cheers to all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Oh my. So nice. Love those bagels. Yeah, baby. Should we write on GameStop? Yeah. Yep, you can write on GameStops. You can write 28s, 29s, 30s, depending on how far out you want to go. Write on GameStop. Absolutely. Deuce Caboose Goldman, Zach, maintains neutral rating and lowers price target to 750 on SoFi. Let's see. I wonder what would make them increase their target. It's not like SoFi had a great quarter or something. I don't know what it would take. Can't say. Let's see. Michael says Michael maintains an outperform rating and raises target to $100 on SoFi. Thank you, Michael. I think I'll take your rating more seriously than anybody else's. There you go. Deuce Caboose. I'm going to karate kick Goldman. That's what I'm going to do. Splair, bagel time. Deuce, Michael, Deuce is like Mike's rating system. Bobby, use the illegal crane kick. Zed Estate, 206 thumbs up, Bruce. Way to go. Thank you, guys, for that. Michael Downs, Deuce Kabuski, I recommend the snap kick in the jaw. There you go. There's the one. Thank you all so much for your support today. Welcome to the party, pals. Oh, boy. The Dow is off 98. S&P down 19, NASDAQ down 60. 28.05 on GameStop, down 34. Looks like the high was 28.75 just on the opening for a moment. But maybe 28.50, 28.55 after that. 28.05 now. The low, 27.76. And that, the low, was set a minute after the high. So we've had this $1 up and down move in the first 3 minutes of trading. Now we're at 28.11, down 28 cents. So it's a nothing burger here. Nothing will happen of significance until the interest rate announcement is made. That is 2 o'clock Eastern time. That's it. Why would markets go crazy between now and then? There's no reason for it. Oil is down 32 cents. Those of you who've written Tesla contracts, you've written Tesla 220s, 225s, 230s, just sit back and cross your arms. Let them depreciate out. The stock's down 230. We're not going anywhere on Tesla. There's rumors actually that China is doing more lockdowns. The competitors, one of the competitors for Tesla in China had to shut down their factory. Tesla could well be shutting down as well, and they're probably suffering from delivery problems. GameStop just broke 27.97. Down it goes. 27.92. Down 47 cents on GameStop now. SoFi, 548, down a quarter. An opportunity to steal paper. It was 645 yesterday at the high, something like that, 647. 548 on SoFi. Steal it from people. Could we do poor man covered calls on GameStop today? Well, you can do this anytime you want. If you can score and get your hands on a deep in the money call option for GameStop with that 90-10 rule, the minute you buy those calls, instantly right calls, instantly right. Pardon me. So if you can get a $10 or a $15 in the money call, $10 strike price, 15 strike price, and now sell a 28 or a 29 against it for a healthy premium. Definitely. I'm so excited. I can't wait to swallow this, to answer this question. I can hardly stand it. What can I say? I bought 100 more shares. SoFi for 800 now, says Karen. Right on. Oh, excuse me, folks. Jeez. Alberto said, don't forget to donate. Donations save lives. Matthew, I think Jay Powell is also going to comment on futures rate hikes today. All righty, let's see how it goes. 112 down dip now on the Dow. Bruce is having fun. $27.77 on GameStop. New low coming in right now. We're falling. Yep, 27.74 just hit a few minutes ago. Excuse me, folks. So good. Down 123 on the Dow. Running into some more selling. We're down 21 on S&P, down 68 on NASDAQ now. NASDAQ down 0.63 of a percentage point. The S&P down 0.56. The Dow 0.36. I'm getting a message here, and this is common from some of you. You'll comment to me and say, Bruce, I'm having trouble as a member of your channel. I'm having trouble making a comment, or it looks like I'm not a member of your channel. Somehow something's happened, and I can't get back in. It might be that your credit card has been rolled over. Maybe you had a credit card that expired and you were issued a new extended time frame for your credit card. And so the YouTube on file issue doesn't match your credit card information. You have to check your YouTube settings, because I don't control the memberships. I don't control the credit card numbers. I don't know your credit card number. It's all handled by the YouTube people. And so if any of you out there are having trouble with memberships or being able to comment or whatever the issue is, check your settings to make sure that the credit card info is accurate, the expiry date is accurate, that your card number hasn't changed. Some of you have done an automatic notification where you just tell YouTube, just I want to be a member of Bruce's channel on a rotating basis, just automatically renew every month unless I change it. Others of you want to do it yourself, monthly by yourself. Those of you who want to upgrade your account from a regular member to a gold bagel member, you can do that through your YouTube settings. You'll only be charged a prorated amount for the rest of the month between now and when normally you do get charged for your next month's membership. And then beginning of the next month, it'll kick in as a regular charge. So check your settings on YouTube for that. I can't do anything about it. I'm not privy to that. I don't run it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for waiting me out. A rug man. Don't get in the way of the rug man. Alberta, this could be arranged. I have a guy I make glycine prints through that comes out pretty top notch. There you go. 136 down dip right now on the Dow. Amazon down 46 cents. Netflix down 304 at 283. Tesla down 215. Apple down 177. GameStop down 63 cents to 27.75. We're approaching the low of the day again on GameStop here. 546 on SoFi. And I thought the market's supposed to go up today. It could, and it can still do so. It could go very high later today. As I said this morning on both of my shows so far, on the Gold Bagel Member Alert Show and this show, this market could run up 1,000 points this afternoon. The minute we get the interest rate announcement and then Mr. Powell gets in front of the microphone, we may have one of the biggest up days of all time today. I'm not betting on it. But then again, who am I to say that it can't happen? Because it could happen. You just don't know. You gotta wait till noon, 2 o'clock Eastern, and then Powell gets in front of the microphone about 10, 15 minutes after that. If I recall, Gowdy, people will see the Rugman art hanging on our wall and ask, who is that? That is my hero. Zach laughing, smiling. Alberta, Zach sounds good. Let me know the cost. I am serious, Zach. I am serious. If I get permission from Zach, I'll be happy to order up the print, the copy of that to be put on coffee mugs through Redbubble. And then all of you folks can order the coffee mugs. You can order up T-shirts, order up cell phone covers, whatever you want through Redbubble. But Zach has to give me permission to use the artwork because it's not my artwork; it's Zach's artwork, and I'm not allowed to use it unless Zach lets me. So you let me know, and I'll see what I can do. There you go. We're down 140 on the Dow, 140 points. Netflix down $4 now, 282. That's where we're at right now. I'd buy that T-shirt, says Michael. Matthew, awesome artwork, Zach. Absolutely awesome. Uncle Bruce, would it make sense to close out GameStop calls earlier when it hits, for example, $26 or it gets out of the money? This is what we're going to be talking about on Saturday's class, how to maximize your option profits. This is what's coming up. This is a common situation here. Just let the stock back off right now. Just let it back. Uncle Bruce, permission granted for the Redbubble goods. Rock and roll. I'll get Jennifer on it later today to start transferring stuff over there. We have a lot of work to do with those guys. I'd rock that shirt too, says Michael. Zach, I'll send you the email with the more formal permission for your records. Thank you, Zach. Absolutely. Is Uncle Bruce saying if Powell says there's going to be a wait and see attitude after this increase, will be deemed as a good market sign? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that if he talks about the fact that this could be it for a while, that, from here on out, we think we're pretty happy with where we're at right now, and we're going to take a wait and see approach, or he's going to, talk about that it's unlikely we're going to see these kinds of rates continue like this, that we might now be 1/4 point here and there. You get that kind of talk out of Powell, watch out. Watch out. There are trillions on the sideline dying to get into this market. It just needs a reason to do so. And we'll see what gives. I'm not banking on it, but we'll see. Michael, the shag carpet cape look perfect. Michael Downs' daughter says she loves it. 2 shirts, please. Coyote, Zach, legend. Alberto, Zach, gee, I'll take a t-shirt and a sign poster. Coyote, Bama babe, if the market senses or deludes itself into thinking the feds are letting up, yeah, I can see it. Market seems to look for any minuscule excuse these days. The market is dying to go up, not dying to go down. It wants to go up, but this market can't go up. The fundamentals just aren't there. So, Zach, dang, you guys are all too kind. Thanks for the love. Right on. What we'll do is we'll get Redbubble to produce to offer the products, and then as soon as that's available, I'll let you guys in on that, and you can place your orders with them anytime you want. And it'll be Redbubble that will handle everything. They'll take your order, they'll take your payment, they'll take your information. I don't get it. Zach doesn't get it. It just goes to Redbubble. They will produce the product locally through a licensed agent that they will allow to produce it. It'll be sent to you locally. And from there, if you want to get it autographed by Zach, theoretically, you could arrange to send Zach an item, the item if you want. or if we're going to do a meet and greet and we can get it where Zach is or whatever, you'll meet Zach, meet us, get Zach's autograph on it. You want my autograph on it for whatever reason, whatever you want. You want me to autograph a T-shirt you've bought already, like one of these? I'm happy to do that. But that's down the road. First things first, let's get this artwork over to the Redbubble people. Again, here's the poster. Here's the comic cover. A Rugman, yoink! You gotta love this. And we're going to get this put on all kinds of stuff. So those of you who want to have it on something like this kind of a coffee mug here, the entire artwork will be right around on here, something like that. We'll have this on travel mugs, coffee mugs. We'll have it on. You can get it for the back of your phone. You can get stickers, which you can stick anywhere you want. You can get a clock. The Redbubble has clocks. They have backpacks. They have hats, caps. They've got T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, women's tops, all sizes and designs and stuff. So bear with us while we set this up. Jennifer will be on it. Remember, this is Thursday already, or Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. At the earliest, this will be ready by the weekend, and we have the class to do first as well. So just bear with us, but we'll let you know. Yeah, we'll let you know, and away we go. Okay. Coyote, it's perfect. Matthew, gotta go. Have a good day, folks. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Thank you, Matthew. Alberto, Coyote, loving this. Zach, we gotta drop the California Adventure art on them too, Bruce. When you get back to Palm Desert. Yeah, the comic is so far out of this world. It's got an FR stamp on the top left corner. FR stands for real, because this is unbelievable. DQ, right covered calls, buy classes, buy one-on-ones, buy Rugman merchandise. Got it. Okay, that's what we're doing. I got it. Yep. And of course, right covered calls, make money. Buy classes, learn to make money. Get one-on-ones, learn to make even more money. Yeah, then buy Rugman merch because you're making money. There you go. I probably had to leave today earlier as well. Wishing all of you already an enjoyable and relaxable day before you know who speaks later on, Zach. Bye, DQ. Bye. Got it. I heard 10% of the proceeds will be donated to the Rugman Fund. You heard wrong. Zach, this is amazing. Zach, Nazareth FR is for Federal Reserve, and the prices are the rate hikes. Thank you. I'm 3 for 4, soon to be 4 for 4. There you go. I'm making money. I'm learning how to make money. I'm learning how to make even more money. I'm trying to make more money. I'm going to spend the money I'm making. There you go. Absolutely fabulous, everybody. 27.78 on GameStop, down 61 cents. SoFi, 5.39, down 34 cents. It's on sale again, maybe for the last time. I don't know. Netflix down 4.98, almost $5 now. 281.78 down goes the Netflix. Tesla down 227, Apple down 171, Amazon down 76, the Dow down 135, oil up 16 cents at the moment. That's what we've got. Gasoline supplies down 1.3 million barrels. That's where we're at right now on the oil info. We've got, let's see, what do we got here? Bang, bang, get rid of that, go over there. Trying to catch up on stuff. EIA data shows U.S. crude oil inventories down 3.1 million barrels this past week. So oil is up 18 cents right now. Yeah, that's where we're at right here. 88.39 a barrel versus 88.41 before supply data. It's kind of in the same neighborhood now. 88.55 for futures on crude, up 18 cents. The street was pretty well expecting what it is hearing, and it's not a big whoop at all. The low of the day on GameStop, $27.63. That was hit of the last 10, 15 minutes. We're now at 27.79.81, trying for a little rally. Don't know if we're going to get it. Thank you all for being here. All of you who have come through here today. It is so appreciated. Thank you for being members of this channel, joining up as members, renewing your membership. Thank you for upgrading your membership, the gold level status as well. Thank you all. It is fantastic. If any of you want to have a one-on-one session this weekend, you let me know. They're available on Sunday and Sunday only this week. If you want to be in the live class, make a donation of $150 to the PayPal link down below, and we will get you registered for school on Saturday at noon Eastern time. This Saturday, the room is quickly filling up with students. Hopefully they'll all behave themselves. 217 thumbs ups today. Thank you for that. They keep coming in, and we do appreciate this so much, everybody. Thank you for your support of this channel through thumbs ups and everything else. Wonderful, wonderful stuff, all of you. All right, there you go. We're on the air now, 2 hours. We'll take a break here until this afternoon. Way to go, you guys. Thank you. Let's see. Splair is wondering about the exchange rates on the covers here, Zach. USA 75, Canadian 50 cents, and I didn't know the number for the UK, so I gave it -10 for their troubles. Got people wondering, what does all this mean? This is kind of like, is Paul McCartney dead? This is kind of like that. Is he still alive, Paul McCartney? Did he not die in 1966? Oh, man. I can't wait until Saturday. I hope Auntie doesn't silence me again, says Alberto. Oh, man. Oh, Albert, you better be on your best behavior. Oh, very, very good. Splair, interesting detail. Lovely what you did with the idea. Creativity and good knowledge is part of you, as it seems. Bartman, good luck today, everybody. Thank you all for being here. The class should be fun this week. The class should be fun. We'll get to work on this design for you, folks. We'll get this on T-shirts and mugs and everything else as quick as we can, and we'll keep you posted on when this is ready. Cheryl, you're in. You're in, Cheryl. You're in. Thank you all for popping in today. Your Rugman is the walrus. Cuckoo, cachoo. There you go. Have a green day, everybody, says Constantine. All right, folks, 27.85 on GameStop, down 54. It's slipping, and it's slipping, and it's slipping. See you all later, familia. Thanks, Uncle. Thank you, Alberto. Splair, why Alberto was silenced? Oh, we can't say. I mean, these are disciplinary actions that were taken in the back room. You know, that's where the ruler comes out. Oh, no, we don't talk about that. We don't. Okay, guys, I'll see you at 3 this hour for the final hour trading. And don't forget, tonight, 8 o'clock, primetime live for Gold Bagel members. I'm looking forward to see you guys. Uncle Bruce, I'm going to be in the class. Save me a spot. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye for now.